Hello YouTube, the Kingpin of Cinema.
And the QB999, and it is a momentous occasion.
Yeah, we hit our 100 videos, though this is our 101st, because we kind of missed it.
And also just because we're just better than the rest of you.
We like to go one above everyone else.
So, you know what? Doing every 100, that's cliche. So we're doing the special 101th episode, where we're going to talk about all the movies that we went over the summer, that we saw, some we didn't get a chance to see, and some we did see but didn't get a chance to review.
So you're going to get our 2 cents on all of our films that we did see, and the films that we didn't get a chance to review, and films that we didn't see, and we're going to review anyways, because we didn't see them. But you're going to get our opinion of them anyways, whether you like it or not. Just like a rape. Whether you liked it or not, you're getting it.
So anyway, let's start off with the movies that we did review with quick recaps.
Really, we're not going to do too much about... We're not going to say too much because we've already reviewed them and you can just watch those videos. So that, without further ado, Fast 5...
was a pleasant surprise.
I thought it was kind of... I liked the first, half hour to it, but I thought it got really boring afterwards.
It's still better than what you'd expect, but...
and I expected better. Moving on. Thor! We started out the movie season pretty damn good with the movie Thor, the son of Odin, and I loved it.
Well, of course, who doesn't? You're a Marvel DC fanboy.
By the power of Thor, I smite thee! I'll smite thee again! Whoever holds this hammer has the power of Thor! And I am Thor.
I work with this guy.
Yes, you do.
What does that say about me?
Anyhow, moving on. X-Men First Class. Pretty damn good film. They finally got it right after 5 movies.
And you actually get characters you care about. You know, none of these bullshit, oh, look, I'm Kitty, I can just randomly walk through walls.
Well, no freaking Wolverine.
He was in it, but as a quick cameo.
Let me tell you guys something. X-Men is not Wolverine. It's Charles Xavier and Magneto and their conflict with each other. Wolverine is just a character, a pawn in this battle, if you will. Anyhow, moving on. Green Lantern.
There have been much better superhero movies out there.
Better
and without Ryan Reynolds.
I am disappointed in you, DC. You ruined one of my favorite characters. Moving on. Horrible Bosses.
It just says what we're all thinking.
It's pretty funny. And you know what's something that's very true that I found in real life? Promising a promotion to someone, but not giving it to them. They just wanted to motivate you. Alright, Captain America.
Probably one of the best superhero movies I've seen in a long while.
Since Thor?
No, I liked it a lot more than Thor. I liked Thor, but I thought Captain America was better.
I would have to agree with you. I like Captain America more than Thor, but they're close. So we had a 3 out of 4 really good superhero movies this summer. Harry Potter.
The end of an era.
Thank God.
The final summer where we get a Harry Potter movie, at least until they start doing the prequels or the sequels.
Speaking of which, Warner Brothers is optioning the rights to do further Harry Potter movies from J.K. Rowling.
So, prequels or sequels?
You know, just on a moment, it's a big enough universe. There are other characters you can do.
But you know they're not going to do other characters.
I know, but there is hope. If you don't have something to believe in, like hope, then this is not a life worth living. Moving on, Cowboys and Aliens.
A movie that was not as good as it should have been.
Pretty freaking boring. I mean, if you don't... These characters are just fucking boring.
And finally, the last one we saw of the summer so far has been Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Probably the biggest surprise for us.
Yeah, honestly,
You watch the previews, and you go in expecting, just a big war with apes against guys with machine guns, and you got a lot more than you expect.
Yeah, I mean, damn, Andy Serkis was amazing.
He's the best actor that doesn't even have to be on camera.
He didn't have to say anything. No.
Overall, those are all the movies that we managed to get a review off of, so you basically already know our opinions.
Alright, so the movies that we did see but didn't get a chance to review, unfortunately, because one thing or another, for whatever reason, we couldn't get to them.
Pure laziness, that's what I call it.
I blame you. Anyhow, Pirates 4.
Pirates 4, I would say, better than the third.
That's not saying much.
Yeah, not as good as the first. Nowhere near as good as the first. Still pretty ridiculous.
I would say the second one was the best out of the series.
The second one was good.
The biggest problem with this Pirates 4 is that now Johnny Depp is the main character, but he's the comedy relief. So the script is holding him by his dreadlocks, pulling him on to scene, and he doesn't want to be there.
You can't make a movie based off the comic relief. It just doesn't work.
Yeah. Transformers. Now,
we did review it, but I messed up. I messed up.
You lost the video. We reshot it, but I didn't feel like it was up to par. And I was kind of a little disappointed in it, so I said, don't put it up there, just erase it.
But to be honest, we've already said everything in the first 2 movie reviews. It sucks.
Yeah, I mean, that's what all it boils down to. It's the worst movie of the summer. By far.
Yeah. You want to watch giant robots fighting, but instead you find humans fighting, doing shit.
Yeah, basically, this movie should have just been titled Shia LaBeouf and 20 other characters you don't care about, featuring the Transformers. Now, when I see a Transformers film, I want to see robots punching each other.
But you don't get that. You get Shia LaBeouf screaming and swinging wildly from Starscream, and somehow manages to kill him.
With a bionic commando hand. So, basically, if you want to see a good Transformers film, watch the film from the 80s.
So, complete shit.
Yeah.
Probably the worst our vote for worst movie of the summer. Next movie is The Help, a recent release.
I have not seen this one, so you take it
I
from
went and
there.
saw it, and you know what? I was not really interested in this. I don't care much for the big drama movies, but this one was actually very, very invigorating. I did enjoy it. Morgulicious probably enjoyed it a little bit more than I did.
Yeah, it was really great.
Yeah, I wouldn't love that touchy-feely crap.
No, it wasn't even like that. Like, a lot of it, it was very well balanced. It was, like, funny and sad. It was awesome.
Well, because they're all sassy in it. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
But so I enjoy it. This is definitely going to get some Oscar buzz for nominations.
Easily. This is going to get, like, nominated for Best Picture, Best Screenplay, and probably Best Actress and Best Supporting Actress, easily.
I would agree with that.
Alright, moving on. Bad Teacher. We kind of mentioned this one a little bit in our Horrible Bosses review, but suffice it to say, it's really funny. Surprisingly funny.
It depends on your kind of humor. It's really raunchy humor with how it's played out. I mean, you have Justin Timberlake dry humping her in a bed.
Which is funny.
Just constantly telling her to be quiet. Just like a rape.
Sounds like a Wednesday night for me.
But that was actually another big surprise for us.
Yeah.
Over the summer was, we weren't expecting shit. And we actually got a polished turd.
Well, the next one, Kung Fu Panda 2, which I really wish we had reviewed because it's a damn good film.
DreamWorks has found its new cash cow instead of Shrek.
Well, they're still horroring out Shrek.
Yes, they are, and we'll get to that in another video. But
Kung Fu Panda 2 is easily the best animated film to come out the whole year. By far. By far.
It actually surpasses the first one. It develops the story further.
You actually get character development. I mean, the characters actually grow as characters in this.
It's not just the same people doing the same shit.
Yeah. And also,
they leave it open for a sequel at the very end.
The voice acting is terrific. And I gotta give a shout out to Gary Oldman, who does the voice of the main villain, the Peacock. Damn, he just proves yet again how amazing he is.
And proves yet again that there are actors that should only do voiceovers.
I disagree, because as a live actor, he's really good.
Well, no, I mean like Jack Black.
Oh. Okay. I like him in some movies.
Recently?
Not since King Kong.
Anyway, next one. Hangover Part 2.
Skip it.
It's Hangover Part 1.
They basically kept the same fucking premise. Why does it always have to be a wedding?
Because obviously they need a requirement to get drunk, and I guess the wedding is the only reason to.
They could have just had it where they all go on a trip to Mardi Gras, and just wake up hungover or whatever,
or some sort of road trip. The third one actually sounds better because it has a new premise.
It has a new premise, but it sounds stupid to me. It sounds retarded. They're breaking Zach Galifianakis
Out of a mental hospital.
who is by far the best character in this film, easily.
Always.
I mean, it is such a dark comedy. I mean, you have, like, one guy who's, like, got banged by a tranny, and it's like, wow.
They definitely went dark on this one.
Yeah.
So anyway, just get that one.
Bridesmaids, yet again, a very surprisingly funny movie.
It's supposed to be, like, hangover for girls, but you know what? Guys like it too.
Yeah.
You know what? We're man enough to say, we enjoy Bridesmaids.
Yeah. It was a funny movie.
Actually, a lot funnier than Hangover 2 was.
Oh, by far. I mean, you couldn't even compare the two. Bridesmaids is just really brilliant, and Hangover 2 is the same turd. I mean, it's just the turd with a different smell.
Which was actually a big. I call this the summer of surprises because a lot of movies it was high expectation and low reward for seeing it, and other movies it was vice versa.
That's how I would characterize this summer. It's like Rise of the Apes. I think is probably my favorite movie of the summer, with Kung Fu Panda 2 at a very close second.
I would agree.
Because easily the best. You know, what put Rise of the Apes over the top is just how surprisingly how good it was.
We would also say Captain America, probably one of the best movies of the summer.
Yeah, and X-Men First Class, Thor.
I would say Bridesmaids 2 was actually one of the best. Because it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It had a lot of great humor in it.
Which is what summer films need to be. They need to be fun.
And of course, as far as the worst goes, you have Green Lantern, you have...
Transformers.
Transformers, which wins. Hands down.
Which is the worst movie. Cowboys and Aliens I put on there.
Yeah, you know.
And Pirates.
You know, some of the biggest disappointments. Movies you hope would be good.
But just couldn't make
But God just couldn't answer those prayers.
Maybe we need to go to a new God.
Now, some movies, too, you know, we kind of wanted to go see just because we knew they were going to be horrible. But I'm already recovering from cancer. I didn't want to do any more to myself.
And I don't need it. So, we didn't see Cars 2 because it looked like garbage.
It's kind of like what Pirates did. They took the comedic relief character and is trying to make him the main character, for one thing.
I don't think anyone in this world wanted more Mater. Nobody asked for this. And yet we got it.
You know, Cars was only successful because of its toy line, in my opinion.
Which is $1 billion toy line, if not more.
Because overall, the first movie itself wasn't that good. It sucked.
Yeah.
It was probably one of Pixar's worst.
Oh, easily. I mean, you have like this treasure room of gold of Pixar films, and there's a turd in there, and it's Cars 2. And 1. So you got this piece of shit and this pile of vomit messing up your room.
Still, we avoided that one like the plague.
Oh, yeah. Smurfs.
The only reason we would have gone to go see that is because of Gargamel. And they actually made him look just like he does in the TV show.
But, you know, I gotta ask something. They spent a lot of money on this movie, and you couldn't have had it in the Smurf world? Why did they have to go to New York? What asshole came along and was like, you know what's great is the Smurfs? Let's put them in our world. This is like the worst thing you can do in film, and it happens all the time. Usually it's done for budgetary reasons, like He-Man and Masters of the Universe.
Yeah.
They couldn't afford to film it all, having it take place in Eternia. So they're like, well, let's bring it to our world. It'll cut costs. But Smurfs is like at least $100 million. You couldn't have just had an all-CG film.
I don't know. I think because they're trying... A lot of good children movies, like Kung Fu Panda 2, what it'll do is it'll cater mostly to young children, but it'll also bring in some themes for adults to like, too.
I get that, but you can still do that in an animated film.
Even Smurfs... I know, that's exactly what I meant.
Oh, okay.
But Smurfs didn't do that.
Yeah.
It seems like they attempted to, but they didn't.
I just don't get the thought process for like, okay, we're gonna have all these CG characters, but it's gonna be in our world, and I just don't know why. It doesn't make sense to me.
And where the fuck did the Irish one come from?
The Scottish one?
The Scottish one. Where did he come from? I don't remember him from the show.
To be honest, it's been so many years since I've seen this show, I don't even remember if there was one or not.
I don't know. I think I would have, because I did watch that as a kid.
Yeah.
I don't ever remember seeing a Scottish one.
Yeah. I'll take your word for it. Super 8. Now, you saw this one.
I did see this one.
But I didn't.
To be honest, Super 8 was a bit disappointing.
A lot of people came to me, and I got different impressions from them. I've had people say it was good, people say it was bad, and I've had people say, well, you will like it if you look at it as E.T. for the tween years. And I'm like,
which is kind of what I saw in it, and that's why I hated it.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't want to see that. I mean, it didn't look good, in my opinion.
Your basic story. Aliens at Earth, it was getting experimented on, so now it hates humans. It's trying to get back to its home planet, and meanwhile, all this crazy shit's going down. You know,
and kids are filming a movie.
Yep. And it's one of those stupid things where, like, I really hated the fact that the alien, it's supposed to understand you when it touches you. So the kids are trying to rescue everyone. They're running through the cave while the alien's chasing them. And it's, like, killing them all one by one to find, like, only the kids are left. So it grabs the little kid. And that's when it finally decides, oh, I understand you now. Okay, I'll let you go.
So it touched him.
Right before killing 4 other people.
So if I touched you, does it mean I completely understand you?
Yeah.
So when my uncle touches me, does it mean he completely understands me?
Yep.
Okay. Alright, well, that's our summer rundown, and maybe...
Oh, and one more thing. With Super 8 and Transformers 2, I hate those fucking movies that just kind of cut it off at the end without showing any repercussions of what happened.
Not any kind of epilogue?
Yeah. I mean, Super 8 ends with the alien spaceship flying up into the air. And then just cuts off.
Well, you might have to ask yourself, Harry Potter had that really shitty epilogue. Do these films really need to deserve such treatment?
Well, I mean, sometimes it's warranted. You know, when you see a gigantic alien spacecraft leaving the Earth with everyone else saying, you might wonder, what's going to happen now? With Harry Potter in a wizarding world, it's not that big of a leap to believe, oh, there was a giant wizard battle.
Okay. That makes sense to me. I retract my former statement.
Same thing with the Transformers. You have billions of people seeing a planet overhead and who are being murdered by giant robots. You don't want to see what after all that's done, all the people collectively going, what the fuck?
Well, you know, in the case of Transformers, I was just glad to have that movie over. I could not wait to get out of that theater. I have never been in so much pain watching a film.
Yeah. Anyway.
So,
this summer, very hit and miss.
So anyhow, this was our summer rundown, and we'll probably make a habit of doing this for every season. So for the summer, and then for the dry season, for the fall season. Yeah. So, you know, we'll do a habit of this where we'll go through our rundown of films.
And to all 20 of you who watch our videos, we do offer our thanks for supporting us. And we enjoy making these videos.
It's fun, and we'll hopefully have another 100 reviews at 201. So we'll see you then. See you later.